This will be a long video. Hi guys, it's Melissa or Mel, and I am back with another video for you. And this time I am discussing, stay tuned to know. If you're new to this channel, welcome. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and watching me. And if you're a regular subscriber, thank you so much for sticking with me. Thank you so much. And let's get to it. So in this video, I will be talking briefly. I will be mentioning about 4 things that you need to know about your hair just as a starter. So we'll talk about hair texture, hair density, hair porosity, and hair elasticity, and doing a brief explanation of each so that you can begin, if you're new to this natural hair journey, or if you're not as well, it's good information to know about your hair. Let's talk hair texture. Hair texture is the thickness or the diameter of the hair strand. There are 3 different types of hair texture: coarse, medium, fine. A lot of people get texture confused with curl type, like how curly it is. It's not. Coarse hair texture has the largest diameter. It is stronger than fine hair and usually more resistant to chemical processes. Like when you're lightening your hair. Ooh, there's a nice little yellow mango that's right on my tree. Okay, sorry. Like more resistant to chemical services, straightening, relaxing, chemical services. It usually requires more processing and usually requires a bit more heat in order for the products to really penetrate into the hair. Next, medium texture is the most common and the most standard texture. Actually, yeah, it's common in some girls, but it's the standard normal hair texture. It usually doesn't pose any problems. You ever see a girl or a guy, they're straightening their hair and it's the easiest, their hair gets bone straight with just one pass, or like they're putting color and it's just so easy, everything is flawless, probably has medium texture. And then fine texture, okay, is our most fragile hair texture. It has the smallest diameter and is more susceptible okay, to like breakage, damages, hair coloring, lightening, any chemical services. Is more susceptible to that. And that's usually a lot of curly girls have fine texture, and their hair easily breaks. So if your hair easily breaks, with ruling out no color and it's like virgin hair, you've never done anything, or manipulation of your hair, you have fine texture. So the way that usually a lot of people do is, if you have a regular sewing, oh my gosh, what's the word? Not sewing strand, the string, okay? And if your hair is thicker than a regular sewing strand, you have coarse hair. If it looks like it, you can't tell, medium. You can tell between that sewing string and your hair strand, it's medium. If your hair, you can see that is visibly smaller, you have fine texture. Easy. Okay, so next is your hair density. Hair density is the number of individual strands on 1 square inch on your scalp. okay, on 1 square inch of the scalp. So in 1 square inch, 1 square inch, ooh, 1 square inch, how many hairs are coming out of that? Okay, some people could have coarse hair but very low density. You have medium. Hey guys, I'm sorry, something happened with my camera and I don't know why it did not record anything. So then we have medium density, where it's the average per square inch on that, on your scalp. And then we have high density, which is very, like, a lot of hair per square inch, like a lot more than low density. People could have fine hair but a very high density, a lot of hair in that 1 square inch, so their hair appear fuller, and like they have a lot of hair, but the hair is really fine. The texture is really fine. So for example, I have fine texture, but on 1 square inch I have a lot of hair. So a lot of times my hair wow. A lot of times when I do my hair, people are like, wow, your hair is so thick. You know, what do you do? But if I actually go in depth into it, I have fine texture and I have a high density. So when I like straighten my hair, or when I used to straighten my hair is easily susceptible to breaking. You could see my, like, it was more flat. Okay, usually if you have coarser hair, it appears thicker in a way. I'm not sure how to explain it, guys, but I'm hoping you know what I mean. Okay, so now let's move on to hair porosity. Hair porosity, a lot of people get that confused, get the difference confused. Okay, so let's talk high porosity. High porosity, the hair dries quick, water evaporates quickly, it's hard to retain moisture. Usually high porosity is associated with lightening, bleaching services, where your hair loses that melanin, that color, and it becomes hard to retain moisture. Okay, when you become a blonde, your hair becomes dry. It's hard to retain that moisture. You have to constantly nurture it to retain that blonde hairstyle. Okay, then we have average porosity. A lot of people don't talk about average porosity, like medium, high, medium, low. Medium, where your hair takes on water, like every products are able to penetrate your hair easily, and it's easy. You know, products just penetrate your hair. You don't have any trouble. You know, it's like easy for you. And in low porosity, your hair, it's hard for your hair to absorb moisture. It's not penetrating because your cuticles are closed. Ooh, in high porosity, your cuticles are open. In low porosity, your cuticles are closed. So it's really hard for that product to penetrate. So low porosity, cuticles are closed. So that's why you have to make sure, when I rinse my hair, I use warm water to help open up my cuticle. I have some low porosity, some high. It's possible to have low in some area and high in other areas. For example, it could be high right here because that's where the sun, everything hits right there. You could be low right here, or normal right here, because you barely, you know, the sun barely hits right here. Your hair is curlier, like your products tend to look better on this section for some reason. That's the reason. Okay. Low porosity has difficulty absorbing moisture, and when you put products on the hair, it's like it's white, it sits on top. And the way to help with low porosity is to use heat in the hair to help opening, like steaming and using a dryer to help open your hair cuticles in order for that product to penetrate your hair. Okay, So in some areas, I have low porosity hair. When I wash my hair, I do my whole washing hair routine in warm water. I do not do a rinse with cold water, because once I rinse that out and I am about to put a leave-in conditioner, it's going to be hard for my hair strand to accept that conditioner when I just close the cuticle. So I don't do that cold water rinse, guys. And I know it's contradicting to everyone, like rinse with cold water. But for me, it doesn't work, and I've stopped using cold water for like the past two years. Okay, I use warm hot when I am rinsing before I shampoo to help open it up more. And then I use warmer, I mean not warmer, a little less hot, so warm instead of warm hot, when I am rinsing my hair, shampooing, rinsing, until the point of when it's time for me to use leave-in conditioner. I don't use cold water rinse. I don't do apple cider vinegar rinse, because that's acidic. That will close my cuticles. Like, it will close and it won't be able to penetrate in my hair. For high porosity though, it could work rinsing with cold water, because your hair cuticle is always open, so you need to be able to close it. So apple cider vinegar rinse could help. Aloe vera juice, very acidic, could help. Rinsing with cold water helps. Yeah, so well, this will be a long video. So the last thing that I'll talk about is hair elasticity. So elasticity is the ability of your hair to stretch and return to its original state. So you know how, natural girls love to stretch their hair and watch it bounce back. That's elasticity. Okay, if you pull your hair, as you know, when you do that length check, I can do that. My hair is braided, I'm not taking it out. My hair is twisted, I'm not taking it out. So when you do that length check, so one string, while it's wet, and you let it go, and it stays there, you have a elasticity problem. So that's what it means that the hair is able to return to its original state. Okay. Elasticity is an indication of strength, of strength in the side bonds that hold the hair in place. If you don't do protein treatments, if you don't do anything containing protein at all, your hair is going to lack some strength. So when you do that, trying to do that bounce back video and they stretch the curls and it just stays right there, you're lacking strength. So you might need to do a protein treatment. Hair with very low elasticity is brittle and breaks easily. So heat damaged hair, there's no elasticity, it's done. So when you do your hair, when you're transitioning and those curls right here get back to their state, they shrink, and then those strings just hang. Yeah, low elasticity, your hair is done for it. Like, you just gotta cut it. Yeah, so those things are very important to know, making sure I don't miss anything, to know regarding your hair. Just as information, I think the most important of all of them is the hair porosity, because you want to know that to know how your hair is able to absorb moisture and how it's reacting with products. Okay, that will help you with certain products and certain ingredients in the products in the long run. But hair texture, that matters in how your hair will look in hairstyles. If your hair is coarse, you know that if you do a twist out, it will look full. If your hair is fine, it might not look as full. Elasticity, very important to know the state of your hair, the health of your hair. Texture, density, yeah. I pretty much covered all 4 of them. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to leave them in the comment section below. I'd love to answer you, and stay tuned for, I guess I'll make this a series about hair structure, hair information. Not sure what to call it yet, but I'll come up with a name. So stay tuned for more hair chemistry, hair texture, yeah, videos. Okay, thank you so much for watching till the end. I know it was very long. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more. Bye.